Hello, right now it is June 10th and it is 7 p.m. almost exactly. So, right now I had to make a video explaining certain things. So, basically, whenever Junaid would get rejected by these girls that he would try to run after, the law enforcement would put up a car repair video. It would say, car repair insurance, you'll need it. And so, yeah. And even though I have nothing to do with these girls, um, I remember like what's her name? Miss Hopkins asked me, like she was like, you should break the rules. In fact, she was the first person that ever stalked me. I think she stalked me one time when I was working at CVS at Falls Road, and I mean, I could have run after these girls, especially like how Jeanette was, like asking for their number, stalking them, and this and that. I never did. In fact, some of them, like Katie, I never even talked to. I've never talked to Katie once, ever. You might be thinking, like, how did this work out? Law enforcement just send me like letters on YouTube, and I would just read it and like songs of that sort. So I never ran after these girls ever. Um, and so, like, every time Junaid would like try to run after them, he would get rejected by them. He would feel that it was because of me that he was getting rejected, and then law enforcement would send these car repair videos on my YouTube, even though I have nothing to do with these girls. Some of them I don't even know. Like Katie, I'm not saying anything bad about her, but I don't know her. I've never talked to her. She just asked law enforcement to put up videos for her on my YouTube, like Katy Perry videos, like nothing bad, or like some sort of a random letter on YouTube I'd read. Like that's it. Never talked to her even once. And whenever Janelle would get rejected by these girls, law enforcement would get angry that it was because of me that Jeanette was getting rejected by them. Because of these videos that these girls would have, like law enforcement send me, like I never tried to chase them. I remember sometimes it kind of seemed like I had the chance to do so, and I could have just like tried to stalk them or ask law enforcement for their number, but I never did. And some of it was just a little, a little embarrassment. Like my brain savant wasn't tested yet. I hadn't even gone to Russia yet. Like when I used to know, like some of these girls, like Katie used to have them put videos on my YouTube. I hadn't gone to Russia. There was no challenge that I put forth in front of the entire world. Nothing like that of that sort. There was even the Savant test was done like April 22nd, 2025. So I mean that was pretty late. I mean, yeah. So it was just like it's like everyone knew about it, but like I saw no point in running after anyone. Well, anyways, the point of me making this video is to let everyone know that first of all, I have nothing to do with these girls. Okay, I have absolutely nothing to do with them. Law enforcement made this list, then they send it to me, and I would just look over the list. And so every time Janed would get rejected by these girls, he would law enforcement would send me these videos like on YouTube. It would be an ad for car repair, and yeah, so like they took it like really seriously with these threats. So anything Junaid says about me, you have to remember the fact that I've never known him. Even after he got married to my sister, I didn't know him. So he basically took these talking points from law enforcement, and law enforcement cannot use these talking points because I've done nothing wrong my entire life. And if it would be someone saying anything around me, it would be law enforcement's own BFFs that law enforcement ran sex schemes and money fraud with that I haven't seen since I gained the slightest bit of mental maturity as a child. Those people could have said something like Uncle Joey could have said something around me when I was a child. And you know what the story with Uncle Joey, he was caught with an online sex chat by my mother, as she explained from the phone conversation from Russia, and I never saw him after that, ever. And you can check the records with law enforcement, they would tell you law enforcement tried multiple times even after I was a child. They tried multiple times. They tried to get me to meet with Uncle Joey so they could run their sex scheme ads especially after my brain savant was seen. But I never did because there was no reason for me to do so. I gained nothing from meeting someone like Uncle Joey. Uh, Especially since when I was a child, my mother used to Like she, like I could tell that like she was really depressed. Like yeah, people kind of knew he was sitting on the computer all day. Anyways, he got caught, and after that, I never saw him again. Law enforcement tried multiple times, and I never saw him again after that. The law enforcement tried very aggressively. They even tortured me with like stomach torture, and I never did because there was no reason for me to do so. I gained nothing from it. He gets his sex scheme at, and I get nothing from it. And I was told as a child to never go near him, so I never did. So basically, as a child, someone like Uncle Joey could have said something around me, and law enforcement would record that. They can't show that in court themselves. Why? Because law enforcement has been BFFs with people like Uncle Joey since I was a child, whereas I haven't even met them since I was a child. And it would be highly ironic for law enforcement to be showing that, considering the fact that law enforcement tried to force me to meet with Uncle Joey since I was a child multiple times in my life, and I always said no. And the facts and evidences will also show that I was watched since I was an 11-year-old child, never met him, despite me being tortured multiple times to try to force me to go meet Uncle Joey. I never did. The reason law enforcement wanted me to do so was because they wanted their sex scheme ads for Uncle Joey. They ran sex schemes with Uncle Joey's in-laws since 2001. So they have to like return the favor. You know, you're getting sex from someone over and over again. And then the person's like, well, I know this person and he's my relative, and then you're like, I'm gonna get him sex, and they run their sex scheme ad, and they're like, how are we gonna do this? So they find out about my brain savant, and they made me famous themselves. By the way, I never, obviously Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. What does Charlie do? What's Charlie do? As soon as he gets a golden ticket, what's he told? The old man says, Charlie, run home, don't tell anyone. August 9, 2022, I found out about my brain savant. Tested it for 6 hours straight. That medicinal chemistry textbook that normal humans can't read, go past a page of, for an entire month or so, I will drink that up like a bowl of soup. And I'm saying this artificial intelligence report from August 9, 2022 is going to confirm this. And law enforcement, from watching me for 4 years straight, from October 2019 till July 1st, 2023, will tell you that they watched me 12 hours every single day for 4 years. That's all I did, stare in the textbook with a brain scanner attached to my brain with I didn't know about at that time. But law enforcement will tell you that that's 100% accurate. You might be thinking that this textbook is more than 1,000 pages, but you got to look at the other brain savants. You've got Cody Lee. I love that guy. Absolute genius. Like he's like the Beethoven of our time period, you know, like John Legend. I listen to All of You by John Legend. I still cry sometimes listening to him. He's that good. You've got someone like Daniel Tammet, an absolute genius. The guy did Pi to, I don't even know how many numbers. And it's like we're all in the same boat with this, and it might be a little hard for normal humans to understand this fact. But brain savants, once the genetic mutation evolves, yes, we're capable of doing that. Medicinal chemistry might look really dry to a normal human. 1 page might be a lot for a month. And it is a more than 1,000-page long book. But you got to understand, I am an autistic brain savant. And there's a reason why law enforcement keeps asking me for money every single time I win my case, or there's the artificial intelligence report comes out. Like December 10th, that crazy girl that hit my car, December 10th, 2025. I didn't know it at that time. I thought it was just some crazy girl who hit my car. But there was another coincidence. The Remitly money transfer ad came that same day. And then I was just like, all right, you know what? Could be a coincidence, 2 things in one night. But then I took my mother to a hotel for Christmas right near Annapolis. It was a really nice place. She really wanted to see the Christmas lights. And so when I was coming back from that place, third coincidence, it's like a day or two afterwards, people started aligning their cars with mine. And it's just like, I don't know, my mother's obsession with the Ambanis is just, every time there's anything, It's like I'm in a car ride. She doesn't know it. Like the Ambanis are listening, like this ultra rich family in India, and my mother, like every single time we talk about a house, the Ambanis. We talk about gifts. Oh, Shah Rukh Khan gave the Ambanis a Rolls Royce. We talk about good deeds, which we were talking about in the car at that time, and